Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to today's video, which is part of my 12 days of Bookmas series. I hope you are enjoying it. So today I have for you a stack of 6 books that I have picked out that are books from around the world. So I picked these based on where they're placed, their location within the books, and the reasons why I picked them because of that. So yeah, some of them, yeah, they're from places that I've been. Some of them are from places I have, well, most of them are from places I've never been because I don't travel very much. But you know what they say? They say that, you know, people who read travel hundreds of places. And I just want to showcase some books that will take me around the world when I read them, because I don't travel very often. I do like traveling, but I like traveling to places I already know. Because of my anxiety, obviously going somewhere new triggers my anxiety. So I'd rather go back to the same place over and over again, because then I know what to expect. For me, going somewhere new is not a pleasant journey. It's not great. I am terrified all of the time until I've been there for a while. So for me, traveling is not a pleasant thing to do. So if I can pick up a book and travel to these places, even though I'm not technically there, I'm still getting the vibes, I'm still getting the feelings from them, then yeah, I can lose myself in these worlds and say I've been to these places in a way, shape or form, in the only way I can, really, let's be honest. So these are 6 books from around the world. So the first one is a book that has been on my TBR on and off again quite a few times, and I still haven't got around to reading it, but I really want to. It's We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Fazal. I think I pronounced that correctly. This has very Arab country kind of vibes to it. It is set in the Arab countries, and it's about 2 people. Safira is a hunter. Forced to disguise herself as a man, she braves the cursed forest to feed her people. And Nazir is the infamous Prince of Death, assassinating those foolish enough to defy his autocratic father, the Sultan. Both are legends in the kingdom of Arawa, but neither wants to be. Both are embarking on a quest to return magic to their kingdom, but as their journey unfolds, an ancient evil begins to stir. So yeah, this has very Arab vibes. I know as well that when I was reading the back, which, by the way, the author has included a glossary and pronunciation guide. Thank you very much, because for someone like me, who I am the first to put up my hands, my pronunciation of foreign words is poor. So a glossary guide is helping me. In the acknowledgements, it does say, is it in the acknowledgements? Or was there a thing at the beginning? I know I read something somewhere. Oh yeah, it's at the beginning. A note from the author. And it says that Zafira Iskandar, the main character, like me, will do anything for a family, even don a cloak that obscures her identity, shrouding her victories in mystery. If revealed, her every accomplishment could be derided, all because she's a woman. I wrote this without realising that in that moment, Zafira was me. I built my platform online with a graphic as my profile image because I knew that as myself, a veiled, very visibly Muslim girl, people would judge me before getting to know me. And so this has Muslim, Arab vibes. And again, I will state, I have very little knowledge of this culture. And so by reading books like this, maybe I can learn a few things. Maybe I can learn a little bit about their culture, because the Own Voices author is obviously the best person to let me know about their own culture. And so as much as it's been on my TBR and I haven't got around to it, I don't want to unhaul it anytime, because I really do want to read this and learn a little bit, or get to know a little of the flavour of the Muslim Arab world. And although this is set in a fictional place, I still want to read it for that Arab Muslim authenticity, I suppose. The next one, I'm not sure where this country is. My geography is so bad, I do apologise. But this one is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And this one says, in general, Carew has managed to keep her two lives in balance. On the one hand, she's a 17-year-old art student in Prague. On the other, errand girl to a monstrous creature who is the closest thing she has to family. Raised half in our world, half in elsewhere, she has never understood Brimstone's dark work, buying teeth from hunters and murderers, nor how she came into his keeping. She is a secret even to herself, plagued by the sensation that she isn't whole. Now the doors to elsewhere are closing, and Carew must choose between the safety of her human life and the dangers of a war-ravaged world that may hold the answers she has always sought. So obviously this one is set in Prague. I'm not 100% sure where Prague is, but I do believe that it's a beautiful city, and she's there studying art, so I'm guessing that there's going to be lots of like art museums and places to study art and lots of beautiful architecture. I will say that I do love old architecture. I don't think that we build properties and houses and buildings the way they used to hundreds of years ago. I think we've lost some of that beauty in architecture nowadays. But somewhere like Prague, it gives to me the vibes of very old, very ancient, very beautiful architecture. And so I can't wait to read this book. I have read Laini Taylor's Strange the Dreamer duology, and I absolutely loved that duology. I described the first book as it was like reading the description of a beautiful painting, because her writing is so beautifully descriptive that I just feel like when I do eventually pick this book up, I am going to feel like I'm there in Prague, surrounded by this beautiful architecture, surrounded by this beautiful world. Then we have this strange other world called Elsewhere, which I'm sure, again, she's going to describe beautifully. And I just feel like I'm going to be traveling and transported to this beautiful place while this storyline is going on with our main character, Carew. So yeah, I think I can't wait to read this and get those Prague vibes. And I think what I might do as well is look up some pictures of Prague just to give myself a little bit more imagery to have in mind when I do pick this up. The next one, now I'm not sure if it is set in Africa, and I have my tabs in it because I did have it on a TBR list and I never got around to reading it. I don't know if it is set in Africa, but it gives me those African vibes, and that is Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. This came in a Fairy Loot book, as a Fairy Loot book, and I really do want to get to it. So it says, Coffee is a beast keeper at Lucossa's infamous night zoo, caring for fearsome creatures to pay off her family's debts, until she mistakenly unleashes a wild and mysterious power that sends the night zoo up in flames. Econ is destined to become an elite warrior like his father and brother before him, until the fire at the night zoo throws his destiny into disaster and he's cast out forever. Thrown together, Coffee and Econ have only one choice. They must enter the terrifying Greater Jungle and capture the Shitani, the legendary monster that has plagued Lucossa for a century. Magic has returned to Lucossa and the hunt has begun. So I do feel like this has African vibes to it. I believe the author is originally from Atlanta. She now lives in sunny Florida. And Beasts of Prey is her debut novel. So yeah, I can't think. I mean, it doesn't say anywhere that it has African like vibes to it, but it definitely, you know, gives me that sort of sense with the names and things like that. It does sound African. And yeah, I mean, if you know where this is meant to be set, sort of like what kind of country vibes or culture vibes this is meant to have, and I'm wrong, please correct me, because I'm just going on assumption here. But it's definitely given me that African vibe, and I have loved other books that have had similar vibes, so I'm really excited for this one. Next, we're going to the land of Greece, and this is a book that a lot of people have told me I have to read. It's the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I have read Circe from her and I really enjoyed it. I would like to get myself a copy because I borrowed it from the library when I read it. But I have been told that I need to read this. This is an amazing story. It is the story of Patroclus and Achilles, obviously. It says, Greece in the age of heroes, Patroclus, an awkward young prince, has been exiled to the court of King Peleus and his perfect son Achilles. Despite their differences, Achilles befriends the shamed prince, and as they grow into young men skilled in the arts of war and medicine, their bond blossoms into something deeper, despite the displeasure of Achilles' mother Thetis, a cruel sea goddess. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, Achilles must go to war in distant Troy and fulfill his destiny. Torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus goes with him, little knowing that the years that follow will test everything they hold dear. So everybody knows the story of Troy and the story of Achilles. I'm told that this is very emotional, that people have cried at this story. So I've been told I need to read it, but I love Greek myths and legends and stories, so hopefully I will enjoy this one as well. I've never been to Greece, but I imagine it's sunny, and I think I will probably enjoy this more in maybe the summer months when it's nice and hot and I can feel like I'm in sunny Greece. I don't feel like this is a winter book for me, so maybe I might pick this up in summer in 2024 and give it a read, and maybe on a hot summer's day I can read this and get that feeling of the Greek sun. I've never been to Greece on holiday or anything. Maybe it's a place I would like to go sometime, but no plans as of yet. But yeah, highly recommended, that one, highly recommended. The next book I got from Fairy Loot, and again, I've enjoyed stories that have this country's vibes. This book is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and we have like Shanghai vibes here. So this says the year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of debauchery. This is a kind of retelling, reimagining of Romeo and Juliet, and it involves gangsters, I believe. Oh look, I have some extra bits from Fairy Loot in here. So the year is 1926. A blood feud between two gangs runs the streets red, leaving the city in chaos. At the heart of it is 18-year-old Juliet Kai, a former flapper who has returned to assume her role as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang. And then their only rivals in power are the White Flowers, who have fought the Scarlets for generations. And behind every move is their heir, Roma Montagov, Juliet's first love and first betrayal. It says, as the deaths stock up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns and grudges aside and work together, for if they can't stop this mayhem, then there will be no city left for either to rule. So, this is going to have a lot of Shanghai Asian culture written into this story. And I have enjoyed stories of this before. I have actually read another Chloe Gong book, which is actually a spin-off from this duology, and I shouldn't have read it before reading this, but I did because I didn't realise they were connected. But yeah, I think that this is going to give me those Asian vibes. I can smell the food and hear the noise of the city of Shanghai. Places like that would just trigger my anxiety. Even if I went, I would not be able to go because my anxiety just couldn't have all that noise, all that sound, all that lights and everything from Shanghai. It's just too busy for me. There's too much going on in cities like Shanghai. So I can't travel there, but I can read a book that is set there. I will feel so much more relaxed, so much more at ease. I can still get the flavour, I can still get the atmosphere from reading the books, and I can do it in a more comfortable and relaxing way for myself without putting myself through the trauma of my anxiety of being actually in a busy city like that. I just, no, my anxiety won't let me go there. So yeah, this is the only way that I could ever visit Shanghai, so to speak. So yeah, thank God for books written like this. And last but not least, the last place we're going to be visiting on our world book tour is London. London, baby. I had to include this because, of course, London is the capital of England, UK, and this is The Drowned City by KJ Maitland. And this book is all about the gunpowder plot that happens on the 5th of November. I can't remember what year it was, 1606. So the story of the gunpowder plot is that a group of men planned to blow up the Houses of Parliament, but they were caught and punished, obviously, for their crimes. And this book is kind of based on that story, is using that historical event for the storyline here. And I just love London. I've been a couple of times throughout my lifetime. I've been twice with my eldest daughter to go and see the beautiful and amazing show Wicked. We have seen it twice because we loved it that much the first time. And I just love going to London. And even though I just said that the busy, crowded, loud, busy environment of a city is too much for my anxiety, I did visit London before my anxiety got as bad as it currently is. I am hoping that next year when we are going away on holiday, we're going to Florida next year, we are travelling from London Heathrow. So we are planning to travel down a day or two early so we can spend some time in London. But obviously I'm going to have to get myself worked up for it because I'm expecting it to be busy, especially at the time of year we're going. So yeah, I love London. It's such a beautiful city. It has some amazing places to visit. My favourite obviously being the Tower of London. I absolutely love that place, the history behind it. Just everything about that place just makes my heart soar. And of course, you know, Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, all of these beautiful historical buildings that have so much history behind them. I'm hoping, obviously, because this is based on an actual real event in history, I am hoping that we're going to get some of that beautiful medieval sort of historical vibes from this. I just love a good historical story like this. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to reading this book and getting those vibes and reminding myself of how much I love London and how much I do want to go back and visit it. So hopefully when I do go down next year, before we fly out on holiday, I can just remember how much I love that city and just enjoy my time there without my anxiety spoiling it all for me. So that is it. That is a couple of books that are going to take me around the world as I read them, to places that I maybe couldn't visit myself because of my health issues. You know, that's what I love about books. You are taken away from your own reality, your own space, and you're transported into these magical worlds, some of them in real places and some of them in imagined magical fairy tale places. And yeah, I love that books can do that and take us on this journey without us ever having to leave the safety of our own home. So is there a book and destination within that book that you would like to travel to? Let me know in the comment section below the video. Please do check out all the information I have there before you leave. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.